There is this one television, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station.
It is another beautiful day to behold and to be grateful for. Hello, good morning and welcome to yet another wonderful episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Starcross Television. I am Stella Obina, one of your hosts on today's episode, and I'm certainly not going to be doing this alone. I'm here with some amazing colleagues of mine, but before I bring them to your screen, before I showcase them this morning, let us have a little chit chat. How was your yesterday? And for all the women in the entire world, how was yesterday for you? Hope it was impactful. Hope it was spirit-filled. Hope you were blessed. Hope you went back home a different you, in a different shape, a different form. Everything about you was different after the spiritual exercise that took place yesterday. And we sincerely believe that God has used that spiritual exercise to cleanse us of all our iniquities. He has used that spiritual exercise to change our stories and change our narratives to the best. You get from good to better and from better to the best. We sincerely believe that when God reveals, he has conquered. And for the fact that all dedicated Diamond Daughters in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star adhered to that spiritual injunctions, the Father has also blessed us all lavishly, and he has also extended his hands of mercies and grace and blessings upon even our new real men. Let me not just be selfish. I don't want to be greedy, yes, so that everybody is just going to be at peace. I know someone is nodding already, but do not worry, we have everybody covered. Yes, when the Father sends his dedicated Diamond Daughters on a mission, he is doing that for a purpose, because he knows that when the women goes home with the blessings is always extended to, you know, the men, the children, the neighbors, you know, community people at large. So do not worry. Thank you very much for staying glued to this particular episode. It promises to be a very, very interesting episode. So please stay glued to your device. Now this is time for me to bring to you my co-presenters this morning. Let me start with Brother David Eric. Good morning to you, Brother Eric.
Good morning to you, Sister Stella Obina Ekebe. Yes. For now, I'll be very, very efficient in pronouncing those names. How are you?
I'm perfect.
All right. So to you, our audience, yes, it's a very wonderful, beautiful Tuesday morning here in the city of Calabar. And today is set specifically for the men to come and celebrate, appreciate the Father for his love and mercy. To crown it up to what Sister Stella said earlier, yes, the dependable, dedicated Diamond Daughters are really, really efficient in the kingdom of God. They do not joke with the instructions, injunctions, and mandates of our most holy Father. They are always committed to every cause and every word that proceed out of the Father's mouth. Yes, I was part and parcel of the wonderful assignment and task that was given to them by the Father. Yes, I had to stay and watch. It was really a very special, wonderful moment here at the World Headquarters. You could see how the women were so in a state of excitement to carry out the task by given to them by our most holy Father. So we believe immensely that the whole world has been blessed. The Father has used the women because the women are epitome of blessings. So definitely we believe that the blessings has gone far and wide. Thank you. Breakfast show.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother David Eric. Yes, for tapping into the blessings of yesterday. Believe ye immensely that your blessings are super enormous.
Thank you, most holy Father.
Okay, now we have a beautiful plus one with us this morning. She is no other than Sister Ngozi Olawa. Good morning to you, Sister Ngozi.
Good morning, Sister Stella. Good morning, Brother Eric.
Good morning
And to
to
you,
you.
my beloved audience, good morning. Hey, it is a productive Tuesday, and I'd love to remind you of a quote. Success is not final, and also failure is not fatal. Just the saying is the courage to continue that counts. This is just a famous saying from Winston Churchill. And I'd love to, tell you the fact that no matter where you find yourself, I know you have certain setbacks that keeps you back from being productive, happy. So the only thing moving you forward now is just to any little thing you can do to make yourself happy, keep doing it. Find the little pleasures in nature, music, or whatsoever you do. Once again, welcome to Starcross Television.
Okay, success is not final and failure is not fatal. Am I correct?
Sure.
Find pleasure in whatever that makes you
Whatever
happy.
makes you happy.
Music. Why did you just mention music first? Because music actually makes me happy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, our beautiful plus one, Sister Ngozi
Thank
Olawa,
you.
for
Likewise.
that very beautiful, well garnished, well cooked intro. So, how do you feel being with us this morning? Let's start from there.
Well, I must say I feel kind of nervous,
Okay.
but it's all right. It is part of life. And I must say I'm happy to be here with you guys. It's a nice feeling. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you very much for being with us from start. Now on to Brother Eric. You said yesterday you participated in yesterday's activity.
Yeah.
You were there from start to finish, if I got you right.
Technically, yes, but I was there at the point when the women started praying, yes. There is this energy
Okay.
the women possesses when they want to communicate and dine with God. Like, they believe that they have the keys to unlocking God's heart. So I would not say it's a blackmail, but they have this wonderful energy like they possess. So yesterday they were so solemn, they were sober, as if the whole world is crumbling at their feet. And they were praying to the Father, telling him to have mercy and so on and so forth. It was a very wonderful sight to behold. They were just together. I was just far away, just standing. I watched them till they finished and they went inside the hall where the Father came out to bless them during the advice and blessing. And it was another wonderful moment again with the Father there with the children. So it's always beautiful. I know why I normally come around to, most especially attend the women activities to see there was one or two things you can learn definitely when you go back to the men fellowship. Like today now we'll be coming with something wonderful and something. I know you're eager to want to know about those, but I believe when our rep come, they will definitely tell you one or two new things that we have in
Okay,
stock. Yeah.
okay, that was good. You said
You have to find out about that.
Yes, he said he's always there whenever women are doing one or two things
Yeah.
just to learn. Yes, of course, you cannot be in the midst of women and you don't learn. If you don't learn, you should ask yourself a
That's
question.
The
There's no how you
one
cannot
simple
learn.
thing I can just bring out from this aspect is that women are very dedicated. Yes, that is why they have the D on their name, and also fathers also added another
An
one.
extra D, yeah.
Yeah, dependable. Yeah, no doubt. Yes, they are, because from the Bible it says that woman is a helping hand, and if a helping hand is not strong enough and is not dependable, definitely such a one is not meant to be called a helping hand. Understand? So this is the reason why the Father has added this so much these to the women. And away from that, I think the women have spurred up the men, understand, to be on
Okay.
their feet. I must confess that, yeah, they have spurred up the men to be on their feet. Over time, we the men, we just see the work of God and different dimension. We try to go bigger, but you see, they will say little grains of rice would definitely make it to be very, very big and gigantic. So this is what is happening. The men had to come back and learn the basics. The women are good at the basics. They come together, they do not check, they do not discriminate. They come together to make sure that they have everything done. And I think we are also following that full step. And over the years, we've gotten it right. That's why the Father too has also added 1 or 2 names to us here, giving us the new real men, understand? So we are
also believe
working.
that by next year, another D will also be added to, the D keeps increasing.
We never can tell, but for me, I believe the men were work in progress, and our work in progress will not end. Definitely, we'll just keep expanding, because of a truth, we have a lot. Like we have a lot of things on our mind. We have a lot of pressure that we absorb day in, day out. So I think this is also affecting us.
By we, you mean the men?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We are getting there. We are getting there. So to our audience, we just couldn't skip that of yesterday because yesterday's activity was a very spiritual activity, and I must say for a fact that everybody was blessed, you know. Both persons who were there physically at their various centers and the persons who were here at the world headquarters, or those persons who couldn't make it due to one reason or the other, best known to them and their God. I believe immensely that blessing, in fact, the blessing just scattered
everywhere.
The blessing was just scattering out like
showers of blessings.
It was just moving everywhere. So I sincerely believe that God has heard all our prayers and He has granted all our heart desires. Now, today happens to be the day of the new real man. The new real man in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star.
I like the fact that there's no other person being new.
Okay. Today happens to be the day of the new real man, and we believe that today is also a day of an exceptional blessings, because when we have the gathering of the men, it is also going to, it has always been an exceptional gathering, There also have to be something for the women to learn. It's always a vice versa thing. So come later in the evening, you should also see how to participate in today's activities as regards the new real men. Whether you are a new real man or not, as a woman, you should also be able to support the new real men.
That's the work of the women.
It's always a vice versa thing, Brother Eric. Okay, it is on that premise that we are just going to introduce our topic of discourse, which is going to be centered on men, because the society we find ourselves while growing up as young men, as young boys, we just feel that men are built to be strong, so there's no amount of pressure that should hit you harder than it should. You should just be able to absorb whatever that comes to you as a man, whether or not you find yourself in a situation where you just feel comfortable to cry, feel comfortable to relate your pressure, just absorb. That is the society we find ourselves. However, we are just going to hear from Brother Eric is just here to tell us a version of this topic this morning. He is here to tell us, because I think, or I feel, since he is a man, he is in a better position, to relate perfectly. We could just be saying it from, from a very different, from
a distance point of view.
Thank you. But him being the subject matter, yes, I just feel he can,
throw more light on it.
Thank you very much. But before we expose, before we unravel, before we, what should I call it? Before we open up our topic of discuss this morning, let us just take a cup of cold water. I'll be right back shortly.
God's own station, uniting the world.
His Holiness King Olumbaobu is my only true joy. He's my only true friend. Here in brother.
DDCS music. My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
He's the begotten Son of righteousness. He is the living Christ. He's moved us from cross to star. That's why we are filled with joy. That's why we are filled with peace here in brotherhood.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
I'm not worthy to behold the face of the living God. Great leader, intoxicated with joy because of brotherhood. The new kingdom of God on earth descended from on high. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit has come down to dwell with men.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
I rock so hard because I'm filled with joy here in brotherhood.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
I sing so loud, I'm overwhelmed with joy here in brotherhood.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
My beautiful sisters are filled with joy here in brotherhood.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
My handsome brothers are filled with joy here in brotherhood.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
We are jumping, we are dancing here in brotherhood.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
We traverse the land majestically. There is peace, there is joy. Heavenly spiritual music in brotherhood. Heavenly spiritual music here in brotherhood. Everlasting blessings here in brotherhood. Great blessings here in brotherhood. Oh, no, 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 no. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
My heart is full of joy here in brotherhood.
It's good to know that you are still with us, and this is still the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Star Cross Television, where we had promised earlier that this episode promises to be a very enlightening, educating, inspiring one. And then, trust me, it is going to be nothing short of all of these things I have mentioned, because it has already begun already. I still remain Stella Obina, one of your hosts on today's edition. I'm still here with Brother David Eric.
Thank you so much.
And then our beautiful plus one, Sister Ngozi Olawa.
Thank you so much. Welcome back.
Okay. Yes, we did promise that when we come back, we'll be going to introduce our topic of discuss this morning, which is centered on our men, the brothers, the men in the society, everything that surrounds and encompasses a man, who a man should be, how a man should act. Is it okay for a man to be vulnerable? Is it okay for a man to be sober? Is it okay for a man to cry? Is it okay for a man to express his feelings whenever things do not go the way they are supposed? Brother Eric, I don't understand.
I'm just,
Are you feeling emotional?
Oh my
Emotional
God.
damage.
Thank you, Father.
Okay, so that is what exactly we're just going to talk about in a few minutes. And then when our representatives from the Universal Men's Fellowship comes on board, they're just going to do justice to this particular topic of discuss, because like I said, they are the subject matter.
Yeah.
So you all are in the right position to tell us what we should know about this topic. And then the topic is centered on men, pressure, and expression, breaking the marks. I'll take it again. Men, pressure, and expression, breaking the marks. What does that mean? Someone would want to ask, why all of that plenty, plenty talk? It's just a matter of how men feel. It's just a matter of how men are supposed to act. It's just a matter of how men are being brought up. You understand? It's just a matter of, is it okay for a man to feel vulnerable? Is it okay for a man to cry? Is it okay for a man to say, no, I am tired, I cannot do it anymore? Is it okay for a man to just pour out, like cry publicly, They'll say, no, you are brought up to be a tough man. You shouldn't cry. Men don't cry. So why should Eric cry? You should man up. It's funny, but that is what most men, because I know there are still some people who they don't care, they just do their thing, and then they'll feel like there's nothing there. So as whether I'm a man or a woman, I am still human. So I feel what the women also feel.
That's
so why
true.
why shouldn't I cry? So Brother Eric is going to do most of our answering today because he is
right.
the subject matter. Now let's start with, as a man, Brother Eric, how do you, or do you feel the stereotype or the status quo of men should be redefined? Like the way the society paints men to be, that you don't have to cry, you don't have to be vulnerable, anything that happens in any situation at all, you should man up and then sit tight, everything is just going to work out, you should work towards achieving that thing no matter what. Do you think that, should I call it a stereotype, should be changed at any point?
Well, I'll try and be as flexible as possible.
Okay.
Yes, because on a scale of 1 to 10, I believe the stereotype should be with us for like 6 over 10. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is why I said so. The nature of which God has created us is a nature built for leadership, taking care of, and responsibility. So
Okay.
a man is not supposed to shy away from his responsibility at any point in time. There may be loopholes, there may be points where you want to break, there may be points where you feel like you cannot take it again, but you have to still move on. You have to make sure that at every point in time, you see how you can bridge the gap. So the society tagging us as the ones that are so strong, stronger than what we can even imagine our own self. Because most men, if you try to break into their emotions and see what they are going through, you will know that they are going through a lot. A lot, as in a lot, like it is so unimaginable that most men feel that at some point they just want to break and give up. But in our own nature, the way we were built, men are not meant to give up. They are meant to strive. They are meant to go through difficult times and see how they overcome each challenges, creating a period whereby their technicality increases, their accuracy increases. As a man grows up, his responsibility increases from the lower version to a higher version. So this is who a man is. So he's not meant to shy away from it. So saying that is a stereotype, I think you're not wrong about that.
Okay.
This is what the nature has possessed man to be. This is what nature has showcased man to be, that he is built to take care of, to make sure that he caters, and the responsibility that is in front of him, he must not shy away. You must overcome this. And you cannot just overcome this on your own, definitely through the grace of God. That's when you can overcome this step by step. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, if I got you correctly, are you saying on the scale of 6 to 10, it is okay for a man to be vulnerable?
No,
Or
no, no,
he
no,
should
no, no,
be
no, no.
tough?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to be tough. Because if you're not tough, at some point in time, you definitely break down. If you allow too much emotions to cloud you, you will definitely break down. Yes, emotions will definitely rise, but the nature of the man, the way God has built the man, you cannot say you want to be vulnerable and leave your responsibilities. It is not right. This is your nature. You're meant to be taking care of things.
Okay.
You're meant to carry out some responsibility as a man. So how would you say you are allowing emotions to come and cloud your mind?
Okay.
What makes you the man in that particular aspect? No, it is wrong. So you have to know that you have a task, and you have to work towards those tasks to achieving it. There's this inner joy and inner peace and inner comfort as a man when you solve and unravel the puzzle and see yourself passing a particular stage, going up for the next challenge. You're supposed to be happy that you have gone past this stage and you're moving up, you're striving. A man's life is an adventure. That is the simple truth.
Wow.
So once you pass the first stage, you're going to the next stage. You have to be ready for the next challenge. So where did you want to show your weakness? Every man has his or her own weakness, understand? But at this point in time, you have to see how you can maximize your strengths, to see how you can explode when this weakness comes in, and try to suppress it and pass to the next stage.
Beautiful. Okay, so now let's come from a different. You're saying on a scale of 6 to 10, sorry, 6
1 to 10. Like,
1 to
I'm
10.
giving men
6
6%.
over 10.
Yes,
Okay,
to
to be
show
tough.
to be tough. You
Okay.
don't imagine you as a man, you are weak, and they're giving you 6 to be weak and 4 to be strong. It's a
Okay,
very
now,
wrong margin.
now let's look at it from a different perspective, because I know there are men that are still on that 6 to 1 to 10. They
Yeah.
are 4%.
Strong.
You are 4% strong and
Yeah.
6% weak. I don't know. Sister Ngozi might have a different viewpoint.
Yeah.
Now, let's get to know your viewpoint on: is it okay, or is there any importance attached to a man being vulnerable?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
At a certain level, I do agree with Brother Eric, but not entirely, because you see, this stereotype is just what pressures men into carrying this whole weight. Like,
Okay.
this is a man's work, this is a man's world. So
Okay.
they are there being productive, they are giving their all, even if nothing is coming out of it. They are pressurizing themselves. You see them waking up quite early every day, making sure that they do provide for themselves and their family. And this mentality is something that has been ingrained in them since from birth, from childhood.
Okay.
You're a man, and they have reached a certain point that they cannot express themselves.
Good.
So they cannot speak out. Okay, are you hot? Are you feeling angry? And all these bottled up emotions, it reaches a certain point where they just explode. And that's when you see transfer of aggression.
Okay.
Something might just happen at work, and they come back to the house knowing that normally the right thing to do is just keep whatsoever happens at work before you get home. But you see, they get angry at work, and when they come back, that transfer of aggression happens.
Okay.
And you see somebody vexing for something that does not warrant it, and you're asking yourself, what happened? But this man is bottling up all his emotions.
Okay.
So to a certain point, I'm of the opinion that it is very, very wise for men to show their emotions, to be vulnerable.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
To be vulnerable, like at how many? What is the percentage? Because I know what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You understand the fact that a man is meant to be protective, to take care, to cater, to shoulder. Now, imagine you who someone is relying on, and you are vulnerable. Who's going to protect who at this particular point in time? It is natural for a man to go through hard times, to be emotionally unbalanced and unstable. It is natural, but this is what defines you as a man. The ability for you to refine yourself and redefine yourself and move on. This is what makes you as a man. You do not have to slumber nor sleep because
Sorry,
you're
but
broken.
too short.
All right.
I do not entirely agree with you. I beg to differ in that
Okay.
part, because it is true that a man needs to, shoulder
Absorb.
up, absorb, be resilient, and take on responsibility. But you get to a point that you need to ask for help.
Good.
It's too much for you. That's where it comes in, that expressing of emotion. Because if you keep on, it messes up with your mentality, your mental health. That's where it comes in. You have men battling with depression. And they cannot say it out, because to them now and to everybody else, they associate it with sadness or fatigue. They are tired.
Okay. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, coming from, I don't know why Brother Eric is coming from that
I think I need to
Okay.
just clarify one or two
Okay,
things.
let's hear
I
from
think I
you.
need to clarify one or two things. Now, this is the fact I need to understand. There's difference between fatigue. There's difference between emotional imbalance or
Okay.
thereabout now. So you need to understand a particular thing, that when the men are not stable emotionally, something that goes across everybody. When you're not stable, definitely you see some sign of laxity in it. But this is not the fact that you have to say because you are unstable or emotionally you are not okay. It means that you want to deviate from you being a man and want to go and
Okay.
be a woman. You may not really get the picture of what I'm saying, because God has not created you to become a man. That is the simple truth. It shows from creation, from the beginning, that God has given man responsibility over everything. Protecting, taking care of, making sure that he provides diligent service. This is his first responsibility. Now imagine you deviating from that and saying because of you have some flaws and this, and you want to showcase your weakness outside. No, it is not right. A man is supposed to reflect on his or her weaknesses, on his weaknesses rather, inwardly, not showcasing it outside.
Okay.
It will make you so vulnerable. That is the simple truth. Every man has his weakness, but is not meant to come in front of your main responsibility. It is not meant to come in front. You have to make sure you find, what makes you a man is that you have to make sure you find every way to fix it up.
Okay.
Now, having a partner, okay, sorry, let me just digress a little now. Having a partner means that at some point in time, yes, definitely you need support. You need support. But do not make your support system to be the main system.
Okay.
I think this is the narrative that we need to clear. The man is the main system, while the woman is the supporting system to give a total backup. Understand? So when you do it vice versa, it is going to be completely wrong. That is the simple truth.
Okay, bro, Eric.
Yeah.
I think where you're getting it all wrong is where you're combining the concept of responsibility and vulnerability.
Vulnerability, yeah.
Yes, because you could
So
not.
what makes you vulnerable if it's not your ability? What makes you vulnerable?
Actually, there are different aspects of it.
Okay.
Includes fear of failure. You know?
That is responsibility. Because a man wants to succeed, definitely he has to be what? Responsible. Take up the right things, the right step to make sure that you get to that point. In the aspect of you moving for your pursuits, this is where you try to see, maybe if a man goes the first time he fails,
Okay.
second time he fails, the third time he fails, and you will now say you don't want to continue because of what? You're emotionally down, you don't want to move forward, you want to stay there and wait and say you want to go and share your story to the whole world and this and that.
does
No.
it mean if you take up these responsibilities, you do not feel these emotions in you?
Now, this is one thing you need to understand. Now, as a man, once you fail, it is a stepping stone for you to go back to the drawing board and try to understand what made you went back. If you allow too much emotions to move around you, you cannot move from point 1 to point 2. If you remain so vulnerable, so weak, and believing that help is going to come from heaven, manna in this dispensation, no, it's not possible. It is said heaven helps those who help themselves. So if you are failing and you're not succeeding at that point in time, it should not be, you said that in your opening speech, it should not be a premise whereby you have to rely on and say, oh, I am weak, somebody please come and help me. No. This should even give you the mindset of you to say, I want to move further. I want to strive. What is really that thing that is making me to go back? That is the mindset of a man. You do not have to shy away from it.
Sorry to cut you there, Brother
All right.
Eric. I feel like this illustration you've just painted is for both gender. Yes, everybody is entitled. Yes, success is for everyone.
It is.
Whether you fail,
But I feel greater
you
success is for the men. I stand to be corrected. Greater success
We
is for
still
the
have no.
Greater
we still
success is
have,
for the men.
Calm down. We still have women in the world who have achieved greater level of success.
Definitely.
And
Okay, so-
they are inspired. They are inspired because they see the men striving in this particular region and wing, and they want to also go. They want to also see what the men are doing that they cannot also do. Remember that statement. They say, what a man can do, a woman can do better, which we are here to prove in the world. This has inspired. We had a very wonderful opening that we learn from the men, and the women also learn. Sorry, the men learn from the women, and the women learn from the men. But at a greater percentage, the woman looks up to the man.
Okay.
You can quote me wrong if I'm wrong. The woman looks up to the man. And that's why you see most of the women, they not see it as competition, but they just want to see that they can also be efficient in the aspect that they also venture in. So I believe that the man is a very clear picture for everybody to look up to. So if you are a clear picture for everybody to look up to, how then will you be allowing your emotions, your vulnerable side come up to you? You feel that the woman that is striving, that wants to get to the top, does not have emotions or weakness, but you will see that she will try to cloud it and make sure she works hard to get to that particular point in time.
Now
So
you
why then do you feel that the man? Why then do you feel that the man should now be vulnerable
Okay,
if
thank
a
you
woman?
very much, but you have answered my question already, because I actually kept quiet to allow you talk, and now in the process of your explanation, you have
You know
also
I'm not always
landed.
sentimental.
You have given us a
you know
safe
I'm not always
landing
sentimental.
already.
Yeah.
Though I do not entirely agree.
Yeah, see, let me tell you. whether or not you are, whether you are a man or a woman, success is not defined by your gender. Do you get?
Totally.
A man can be successful, a woman can also be successful. Yes, from creation story has made us understand that women are the weaker vessels and they look up to the man. Yes, but what we are trying to talk about in this context, like the context of our topic of discourse this morning, is centered on if it's actually very okay for a man to express his feelings, for a man to say, oh, I am tired, for a man to say, I have tried, for a man to say, can you help me?
For a man to say,
okay
I am quitting. That is the main thing that you're looking at.
No. It is not okay to
show
quit.
emotions.
Fine. That means you're getting my point. No.
Even for a woman, it's not okay to quit.
A woman can easily listen to me. A woman can easily say, maybe she's pursuing a career of a certain aspect, and by circumstances is unachievable. She can easily say, okay, I want to quit and be under my man.
And is that advisable?
Technically, it is advisable.
It is not advisable.
Definitely not.
It is not advisable.
Technically, if there is no more support, technically. But a man, as a man, imagine you, there is nowhere in the Bible you will say that a woman was given responsibility to lord over the man.
No one is saying that.
Now, so from creation we have been given this aspect that we have to provide, we have to do this, we have to do that. Yes, I know emotions will definitely come in, but at the point saying a man has to quit, that is where this vulnerability is looking at.
Okay, let's bring ourselves back.
No, we are not quitting.
Let's bring ourselves back. Whether Eric, nobody is saying the men should quit.
Exactly.
You are saying that we should come out and say that, oh, we are weak, we are tired, we are
okay, calm down. Let's come back.
Okay,
come back to the house. Just come back to the house. Okay, to our audience, our phone line is displayed on your screen. The phone line is +234 7044 802883. Please do well to call that phone line and let's also hear your side of the story because Brother Eric is already choking us here. Let's get to know if myself and Sister Ngozi, we are saying something entirely different that is not obtainable, or is it that we are being too emotional?
Yeah, you guys are women, so what do you expect?
No, are we is a pity too much?
That is still going to bring us down to the stereotype.
But the thing is, what we are trying to say is, I know the societal standard, like while growing up, our parents will always say, Junior, you are growing up to be a man. You are a boy, be a strong boy. You cannot go out there and your friend beats you and then you come back home crying. No, you should stand there and fight back. You should stand there and beat him back to pulp and make sure you don't come back with any tears, don't come back with any injury. You get?
If you want to cry, you collect extra bit.
Yes. But maybe if, let's say, Anita goes out and then maybe Anita friends hit her or something. Mom, you say, oh, stop crying, Anita.
What do you want?
Trying to picture something. But in all, what we're trying to say is we find ourselves in a society where if a man tries to be sober in a particular situation, they'll feel like, no, you shouldn't be sober. You are not a woman. You are built to be strong. Now, the question is, how can we change this narrative for us to make our men in the society feel comfortable to express their dissatisfaction, to express their emotions, to express themselves whenever they feel like things are not really going the way they should be, to express the fact that I have tried, I have run a good race, and I have fought.
So should I just tell you like plain?
Okay, please
there's
go
no
ahead.
need to paint it. How can you change something that is as old as time? Like this is something that has been there from the origin. You cannot change the origin. You understand? We have a way of expressing our weakness as men, and I feel we express our weakness in doing more. This is what the man is known for. We express our weakness in doing more. If a man is feeling depressed that he's not moving forward, the best way for a man to express his emotion is him going back to the drawing board. And this is what happens to all men. Going back to see where they have made mistake to come out. The best therapy for every man is when they come out successful. That is the simple truth.
Okay.
That is the best therapy for every man. No man wants to fail. If you ask any man today, no man wants
No
to fail.
human wants to
I am
fail.
not. I am
No
not. I am not
human.
generalizing.
No
I am.
human
I'm
wants
saying
to
the simple
fail,
truth. I
okay.
am not generalizing. I'm not saying whether a man or a woman. I
Okay.
am being specific.
Okay.
There is no man that wants to fail. The fear of every man is him failing. So this is where our emotional trauma comes in. And we are not that kind of people that whereby when we are doing something wrong that is getting bad at, we come out and we start crying and start saying this and that and that. No, no, no. We try to see how, most times we share our weaknesses with our fellow men, and our weaknesses will be like, guy, I've been trying a lot, like this thing is not working, and I don't know, I feel like I want to break. Your fellow man will ask you, why will you break? Are you okay? Guy, we have to move forward. Just look at, there's something in front. There's something in front. We need to move. And at that point in time, you just man up and say, well, it's true. We need to move. That's why I said the stereotype society is giving to us. I did not want to put it.
Hey, happy church studio.
I said 6/10 because it is natural for every man. Because I always say our efficiency is not 100. It is natural for every man at some point in time to feel vulnerable, to go back to the drawing board and feel weak. A man might not just come to the front of everybody and say, I'm very, very down and I'm sober and this. He tries to put up that masculine nature in front of his sadness. Okay. No matter how weak and depressed he is, a man also has his soft side. But he prefers doing it within, not in front. Because of the nature he has been built with, the way he has been tutored to grow, that he has a lot in front of him. So he is not built to showcase this in front. Never. He is not built to showcase this in front. It is not acceptable. But as the society might like it, yes, we want to say, yes, the man should always try to speak out, to do this, to do that. Have you ever heard where they say, speak out for the boy child? But you always hear they say, speak out for the girl child, do this for the girl child, do this for the girl child. It is not like it's been biased. It is because of the nature. The woman is meant, she's built in a very delicate manner that she needs to be protected. Yes, fragile and so on and so forth. This is not like stereotyping nature.
Okay.
The man is built differently, meant for responsibility, showcasing this, shouldering this and this and this. And God in his infinite mercy, who has seen that the man is built for a greater task, had to bring out a helper who will definitely at some point in time comfort, balance the man to make sure that he stays in line and does not break down and keep moving and pursuing his responsibility. There's no excuse about that. As I said earlier, a man's best therapy is when he succeeds in his pursuit. If a man is going out for a particular job and is going for an interview and he feels he comes back, definitely as a woman, you will see that. As you said earlier, he will be very, very depressed, devastated, very, very weak. Even when you speak to him at that point, he will just listen and says, okay. You are not even comforting him. There's no amount of things you do to comfort him. But you see that his best comfort will come back in when he goes back to try again and try again, and he walks out. There's no remedy as sweeter than that. That is the simple truth. So a man is built differently. So the nature that we are painting, that the stereotyping are painting that a man is supposed to be this, yes, you're right. I give it 6/10.
Okay.
We can just show, I wouldn't say 7/10. We can even just showcase that weakness inwardly, not outwardly.
Okay, we are certainly going to come back to that. So it's okay for a man to be sober.
Yes.
It's okay for a man to weep. It's okay for a man to have regrets.
Lord Jesus Christ even wept. So at some point,
It's okay for a man to have regret, but it should be inwardly.
Yes.
It should be in fact, the person's closet. It shouldn't be an open or public kind of, I'm crying.
No.
You know, okay, I get your point, but we're certainly going to come back to that. So
All
we have a comment here on our Facebook platform, Starcross Prayer Line post. The person says, you have hit the nail on the head to avoid bottled up anger and frustration at all times. That is from Sister Gladys Onyabo. I think, now this person is also trying to, Sister Gladys is also making us to understand that she is, in fact, she has bought our point already. As a man, it is okay. Like, it is okay for you to display your anger. It is okay for you to display your frustration. It is
Definitely.
okay for you to tell someone, no, that thing you did, I don't like it. It is okay for you to be vulnerable. You are human as far as I am concerned. We are just here, fight for the men. I don't know. Yes, I'm fighting for the boy child and for the men. So I don't know why, but I know it is a societal standard, and that is what we have all grown up to. That's how we've grown up to find ourselves in
And
society.
it's certainly up to us to change the narrative.
To change the narrative. But before we change the narrative, let's just take a short break. We'll be right back. Morning Star still continues. BCS Music.
Let your light shine out bright through the darkened wall, so that people be saved through the light in you. Representing Lila Lumba, we must do the right. Don't let people blaspheme him because of you. Because we are ambassadors.
Yes, we are still here discussing the topic men, pressure, and expression, breaking the marks on today's episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Star Cross Television. And I must say, we've had some heated arguments here. Myself, Sister Ngozi Olawa, and Brother David Eric, who is the only man in our midst. He has made us to understand that it is okay for a man to cry, but it has to be indoors. Well, however, it is not over until it is over, because today still happens to be the day of the Universal Men's Fellowship, and we are going to have representatives from this amazing fellowship, this amiable fellowship, to come tell us what we should know about this topic, because this topic is long. The topic is a very interesting one. So I'm sure when we have those resource persons here, they're going to do justice to this particular one. So Sister Ngozi made mention that it is okay to change the narrative.
Yeah.
Because we are born into a society where a man is supposed to bottle up everything, to just chest everything. You don't even say anything out. Whatever that comes, whatever life or society throws at you, just bottle everything up. Do you agree with that?
See, now, as I said, we have to be flexible, but you don't have to forget the main principles.
Okay.
Understand? We understand the main principles or the main structure of a man.
Okay.
But away from that, the man is not supposed to be oppressed, and so on and so forth. Yes, but I'll not totally agree with that. When life throws something at you, the nature of the man is meant to see how he can rotate, make sure that everything that comes around you works positively. Life is not meant to be really, really easy for the man. We have seen it from the beginning, that life is not, like, we don't have bed of roses as men. We do not have bed of roses. We work for everything that we want to get, that we want to be around. We work for practically everything. So in a state where you have to work for practically everything, you just have to see how you can accept everything that life throws at you. That is the simple truth. So the aspect of you being vulnerable, imagine your vulnerability is on a high level. Like, you're always emotionally attached. You always feel so weak. You always feel so that you're not strong on 100%. Then I'm not sure you're even a man at that point in time. I'm not talking about like going to fight or something like this, understand?
Okay.
You have to be strong emotionally.
Okay.
You have to be very sound emotionally. You have to be sound. You have to be sound in strategy. You have to be sound in so many aspects. You have to make sure that you try to take responsibility for everything, almost everything that comes your way. This is what makes you a man. So maybe most persons will be getting it for maybe feeling that maybe you're going to fight and so on and so forth. No, that is not what makes you strong as a man.
Okay.
It is how you build your emotions. It's how you build your mindset, the capacity at which you have built your mindset to operate in every given point at every time.
But don't you think there are consequences of suppressing one's emotions? Like if you're a man, you're passing through so many things, you cannot even relate to someone, this is what you're passing through. Don't you think there are consequences?
Yes, in life, everything, the law of nature, you say there's always an opposite and equal reaction in everything that happens. Definitely there's consequences, but looking at the consequences, you can also see that there's positivity. If you're doing anything that the positive aspect is higher than the negative aspect, that means you're doing the right thing. Because you cannot rightly say that there's going to be only the good side. There has to be the bad side too. Now, if you look at it at this point now, as a man, you always feel so weak. You do not want to see how you can stable and balance your emotions and make sure everything goes well. Try to see how you can be able to move from one stage to another. And you always leave everything unfinished. At that point in time, you have built yourself as a man that is incomplete. You are not able to achieve anything at that point in time, which is very, very wrong. So it is good for emotions to come in. As I said earlier, you reflect on these emotions and try to work and make sure that you have a balance as a man. Not to allow your weakness overshadow you. It's very, very wrong.
Okay, from Brother David Eric, try to strike a balance. Do not allow your weakness to outweigh your strength as a man. That is coming from a man, Brother David Eric. So we are also going to hear from other new real men when they come to us here on set. So please stay glued as we bring in to you representatives from the Universal Men's Fellowship. We'll be right back.
Let your light shine out bright through the darkened wall, so that people be saved through the light in you. Representing Little Lumba, we must do the right. Don't let people blaspheme him because of you. Because we are ambassadors of Christ to know, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference.
We must prove to the world we are gospel bearers. We belong to line of tribe of Judah. We must give helping hands to less privileged. We must preach this gospel to the dying world. Because we are ambassadors of Olumba, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel. Let's represent our Father.
Macedonia and preach the word. We must go to Pakistan and stop the war. We must let Israel know he's in Africa. We must tell the Greece and Australia, because we are ambassadors of Olumba Obu. Yes, we are chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Oh yes, representing Leader Lumba with His gospel of His gospel. Let's be the difference. Oh, let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be giving helping hands to each other, representing Leader Lumba with His gospel. Oh yeah. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Leader Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let us be the difference. Let's be.
BCS Music.
When you're far away from home and your candlelight is low, stars will see you through, for you are not alone. You've lost the way to go, it's not the end of the road. Lights will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. And I will lead the way and ignite your candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget the road that leads you home. Don't forget there is a candle you hold. Stars will guide you home, they will guide you home. I'll always stand by you. Don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold. He should anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. In this journey of life, my word should guide your heart. Come rain or sunshine, I'll always stand by you. In the registry of life, we must go through pain for gain. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. And I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. I will lead the way and ignite a candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, so don't forget, road that leads you home. And don't forget, that is I can guide you home. The stars will guide you home. Yeah, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold. He's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home. I'll always stand by you.
When darkness falls and fears arise, oh, do not forget the Lord is your greatest might. He said, I will walk beside you through the tears and the battle. Also the stars will guide you home to a place of refuge. As you toil, legion surrounds you. As you sleep, my words protect you. As you wake, my light leads the way. You are not alone. Shine my name in the dark. You see my wonders and mighty your love. I will always be beside you, hand in hand. I'll never leave your pride. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. So do not forget. Don't forget. Do not forget. You are not alone. Don't forget. You are not alone. Stars will guide you home. I'll always stand by you. Don't forget. I'll always stand by you.
There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world.
You're still with us. We are still here on today's wonderful episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Starcross Television, and I remain your host, Stella Obina. I'm still here with Brother David Eric. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you very much to our audience, to everyone who is still staying glued to today's program. We see you all via our social media handles. Thank you very much for staying glued with us. And we are still here talking about our topic. And thank God we have representatives from the Universal Men's Fellowship, the new real men in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. They are here to do justice to our topic of discuss this morning, which is still centered on men, pressure, and expression, breaking the marks. Men, pressure, and expression, breaking the marks. However, let me do us the honor of bringing our amiable resource persons to your screen. starting with the International Chairman, PCS Obioma George. Peace of the Father, PCS.
Peace. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
good
Welcome,
morning,
Mr.
our viewers. Peace.
Thank you very much. And then sitting just close to him is a financial secretary too. He is no other than His Grace Archbishop Victor Etifit. Peace of the Father, Your Grace.
Perfect peace of the Father. Good morning, our viewers.
You're welcome to Star Cross Television.
Thank you.
Okay. So, to our resource persons, before your arrival, we were just, trying to talk about how okay it is for men to feel vulnerable, how okay it is for men to always express themselves, how okay it is for, as a man in the society, to always say, I have done, I have tried, I have toiled. Let me just rest for a while. I don't know if I'm saying it the way it ought to be, but we know that with the way the society is, in fact, growing up as a child, we are just, the young men are prone to being tough. They are taught or groomed to have tough skin, so that anything that happens, they can just chest it and not make anybody feel like, okay, they are feeling pressured or they are feeling emotional or they are pained or something. But Brother Eric is more like, on a scale of 1 to 10, is more like, no, men are not meant to be weak. They are not meant to be, they are not even meant to be vulnerable. They are not meant to open up. They are not meant to say anything at all, whether or not you are under pressure. If you want to cry, just cry in your closet. Do not come outside to express yourself. And then we still have a supporting comment from one of our social media handles, a very, very dedicated Diamond of the Father, who also supported us by saying that it is okay to express yourself as a man, to avoid bottled up anger and frustration at all times. So we'd love to throw this question at our chairman first. What is your contribution to this, first and foremost?
Thank you very much, my sister. In the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
In the blood of Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Now and forevermore.
Amen.
You know, the word pressure and what comes with it. First and foremost, it depends on nature.
Okay.
What is the nature of a man? Secondly, what are the circumstances surrounding that issue?
Okay.
You can recall in the Bible when our Lord Jesus Christ walked into the temple and he met people merchandising, selling and trade. He didn't like it. And you all know what he did. He became angry. He flogged them and pushed them out of his father's house. At that point, he did not bottle what he saw to himself. He had to let it out for correction.
Okay.
Mainly for correction. Bottling up emotions has its advantage and its disadvantage, and depending also on the circumstance.
Okay.
Like what our Lord Jesus Christ did. Specifically, in that scenario, should he button up what he saw?
Okay.
If he had buttoned up, where would the correction come from?
Good.
So it all depends. But as a man, we are the true image of God. I hope women will not contest that.
No. We are not fighting it.
Now, as the true image of God, all the attributes of our Father is in man. And therefore, coming to action, we learn from him. We follow his footsteps. Just like what Christ did in the temple. The same thing applicable to we mere mortals. Circumstance and situation will determine how you react to things. Reactions, there are reactions that you will show that will lead them to teaching.
Okay.
And there are ones that you will do that will lead you to sin, which will not be good. Just as I think Ephesians chapter 4, 26, 27 has it. There's nothing wrong to be angry. There's nothing wrong to be angry. But on that anger, it must have a limit so that it will not lead you into sin and so on.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's also hear from the financial secretary. Maybe he will have a different viewpoint.
Not different. I totally agree with my president. I want to add that man by nature, by God's creation, man is a leader. And one very good aspect of a leader is ability to manage the situation. So the situation where man finds himself, he needs to manage it such that the output is on the good side.
Okay.
What happened? The action of a man. For instance, if in that situation children are around, the action of the man he will be thinking, what will these children think? So that thought also will influence his action. If in the scenario is perhaps the man and the wife only, the environment has changed. That also will affect the position or the best that the man should do. So I'm totally in agreement with what my president has said, that the scenario determines what the man should do.
Okay, let's just try to paint a scenario. Now, for instance, a man steps out and then goes to work. Then on his arrival, like getting home, okay, let's say from work, things didn't really turn out the way it was supposed, or maybe the way he dreamt of, or the way he visioned them to be. Things, let's say he's a manual worker. He's someone who goes to the field to, let's say he's a constructor, something. I'm just thinking of an example of a manual work where he just goes to the field and then does the work, and then he gets paid almost immediately. But let's say today that thing didn't really work out the way it was supposed to be, and then because of that, because of the situation, he gets pissed off, he gets angered, or he's not just satisfied with the entire situation. So getting home, he just can't tell his sister at home that, okay, the sister hoping that her brother is going to come back home with money for the children's school fees, to buy food for the family, to do this, to do that, hoping that her husband upon arrival will just give her some cash, you know. But on the other way round, this man does not have anything to offer on that day. And because of all these circumstances surrounding the fact that he's supposed to provide for the family, he doesn't have it at that point in time to give to the family. And he cannot express himself. He cannot say, oh, sorry, today is an entirely different day. Sorry, I couldn't make enough cash for us today. So he's just bottling up everything. Don't you think it is going to trigger something mentally, or what do you think in that situation?
Yes, like I said, it depends. A man will first of all think, if he opens up to his sister, what will the sister think? There are some sisters that, should they know that the resources is not available,
okay,
the sister himself will feel it even more than the husband. And so that's where the the management capacity comes in.
Okay.
The husband will now think, if I should open up everything to my sister, how would she feel? Is she the one that is going to bring her down? If that, he will know what to do. Or is it the one that, if I tell her, she will have a good understanding and begin to think in the same line of thought? That will also determine. That's why I said that the situation, a lot of things determine how the man is going. And you know that sisters, though all of them are sisters, but they think differently.
Okay.
That's why one very good aspect of a good husband is to understand the sister or to understand the wife. If she is such that will not easily succumb to such news will not break her down completely,
Okay.
then you go ahead. If she's such one that will completely break down, it will even feel it even more than you, then you now have to apply intelligence, know how to manage it, know to what extent are you going to break the news to her.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think I need to bring
Okay.
I think what my colleague is trying to say, on a clear premise, she's trying to look at men having this emotional disadvantage, whereby maybe quitting should be like an option for a man. Because imagine a man, he's meant to carry out some responsibilities, and he's not meeting up. So is it right for a man to start opening up, coming out to the open to saying that he needs help, he needs someone to come for his aid? But as a man, we are meant to understand that we are to be the protector. So is it right to always show weakness at every point in time, or still stay strong, hoping and trusting in God? So President, please over to you.
It's a very interesting topic anyway.
Okay.
Like what His Grace Etifi just said. That was in a case of brother and sister, husband and wife.
Okay.
But assuming it's in a situation you don't know
society,
each
yeah.
other, assuming it's in a society. My brother, when a nurse becomes a patient in the same hospital,
Okay.
he or she ought to take care of patients. Where lies the hope of the other patients?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I think this answers your question.
technically.
It is as simple as ABC. Don't let the next person know
Wow.
about yourself. Let it be between you and your God. Separate this issue. Make it, just separate the issue. You know, we have different types of persons. Just as the Bible said, that which is born of the flesh is of the flesh. And that which is born of the spirit is of the spirit.
Yeah.
The way a child of spirit will react to things like this cannot be the same a child of flesh will react. But let's take a good example from the children of the spirit. A child of the spirit can never let the next person know what is bothering him. Yes. He will rather relate to his God. He will talk to his God from time to time. And the God who has brought him so far will not let him down.
Okay, sorry, sir. Sorry, I beg to come in there. You said it's not okay for us to. Is it us, like both gender, or just the man
No,
here
we are
in this?
talking about men for now.
Okay.
No, don't come in yet.
Sorry.
Don't come in
Sorry.
yet.
I just want to ask, just
No,
for
no.
clarity.
You know,
For clarity.
you know, women are the talking type. In fact, the Father told us in his gospel that they are our mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, for
I hope
clarity.
you read it in the everlasting gospel.
Yeah. For clarity, now I just want to understand. Okay, the men shouldn't air out their problems rather than to any man or anybody. Rather, it should be to. Yes, I totally agree with that. But what happens to the saying, "A problem shared is half solved"?
Good. What are you sharing?
Your problems.
You can only share it with God, not with man.
Okay.
Because anything from man does not last. What will man do for you? As a leader, you cannot lead without God. And remember, as a leader, so many things will come your way. Both the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you don't have God at that instance, how will you lead? How will you be able to withstand what will come before you? Take our Lord Jesus Christ, for instance. All that came his way during his journey on earth, if the Father was not with him, how would he have succeeded? So in sharing, even the Father has taught us in his gospel, we should be careful on who we share
our
matters
problems with.
So who are you sharing it with?
That's true.
Share it with God. Remember, God is a cause and effect of everything.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised that it's the same God that caused that situation. So he expects you to bring it to him, to give you
the solution.
Solution or the way out.
All right, President, something has just caught my fancy, but now let us digress a little now. You understand the fellowship is saddled with raising God-fearing men within the kingdom and outside the kingdom. So how does the fellowship go about it? Let me start with you, Your Grace. How does the fellowship go about in raising God-fearing men? Because looking at the situation nowadays, most persons will not even fear and recognize God. So how does the fellowship make sure that we have God-fearing men in this dispensation?
One very important strategy we're using is catching them young. The fellowship knows very well that if you said, raise a child in the way of the Lord, and when he grows, he will not depart from it. The fellowship is very, very interested with the male Sabbath children. That's why you come to all our activities. We create a special pew for them to sit. We take them very important. We want them to know that this is the way you're supposed to follow. With that, with them growing in that way, part of the problem is solved.
Okay.
Secondly is in every of our programs, like our anniversary, we always create programs to talk about this, to talk about how a man is supposed to live, to talk about relationship, how a man is supposed to relate in the family, how he's supposed to play his leadership role. Those are very, very important. We also take very, very important to liaise with the women fellowship.
Good.
Because we know that a family, though the man is the head, you cannot neglect the role of the sister.
Very important.
So, there is no activity of the women fellowship you will not see the men fellowship playing along with, because we want to work hand in hand.
All right, so Mr. President, let me bring you into this aspect now. You bear me witness that the rate of crimes committed in the world nowadays is done by large percent by the men. And this is something that is very, very alarming. And we are the image of God. So how do you feel when you think about it, that the men are being misled all over the world?
Well, let me start from the foundation. It's a foundational problem. You see, my brother had made a statement. Start from childhood to train them.
Okay.
I know so many families who from birth, they started in the house of God. And by the time they grew to adolescents, become whatever they want on earth, they rise against God. Yes. They even depart from the way of God. I don't want, okay, let me use this as a good example. For instance, in the kingdom, I know families who were born brotherhood. There is no fellowship, they didn't attend. There is, you see their names everywhere. But when they become responsible to give back to God, who has brought them so far, they'll be talking nonsense and decided to walk away. Have they not been listening to the word of God? Have they not been taught? Now, go back to the foundation. When a child of the flesh marries a child of the spirit, what will be the product? What will be the product? That is why, from the foundation, listen to your spirit. Let God start it for you. Children of spirit should go for children of spirit. When a child of the spirit marries a child of the spirit, what will be the product?
Children of spirit. So if
perfect.
So
the
if
product.
children of spirit, if all the children of spirit should marry all the children, what they happen to the children of the flesh?
I'm coming. You know, this is a foundation.
Okay.
When children of spirit marry, their product will be divine. And what we are talking about, you can't see it around them. That does not mean they will not be taught. Of course, from childhood, they will be taught till they grow up. But the result will not be the same like what we are seeing today. The secondary part of it is the management side. We are trying to manage the situation. for people to behave well through teachings, through gospels, through education, and so many other things. But even in the midst of all that, it's only that child that have ears that will hear. See the situation we are in. This is not a time you just come to behave as you like. You'll be in trouble. This is not a time you just come out and keep the Father's words behind you and feel you have arrived or you can do it alone. You will stumble and fall. Now for the youth of today, before you go into marriage, you must present it to God. Keep it before God. Let him lead you.
Okay.
So that you not cry tomorrow. When the children of the flesh appears in your family as your children, tomorrow they use gun against you. When you buy land, by the time you be sick, they'll go and sell the land without even you knowing. All your wealth will not turn against you. You have to answer the question because you've gone against the ordinances of God. This is the way. This is the way I approach it.
Okay, thank you very much, my amiable president or chairman. I feel, or I really wish we have time to exhaust all the questions we have from our topic of discourse this morning, but maybe there's still going to be another time for us to revisit this topic. But however, before we wrap up this segment, let us get just a word of advice from the Financial Secretary. Today happens to be the Fellowship Day with the Universal Men's Fellowship. What should we be expecting? Let's our audience get to know about today's fellowship meeting.
Yeah, typical of a Pentecostal meeting. It's a privilege that the God of hosts, our Father and God, His Holiness Olumba Olumbabu, has given to us to come and meet with Him. He has created this opportunity for us. It's just like in the hospital, the doctors, you have appointment with the doctor. You go and tell him your problem and believe that he will solve. This is more than that. Our Father, our God is ready to receive us. So let us come. All that challenge you had that you could not tell anybody, come and meet the Creator uncreated, the one who can solve all problems. And I'm very sure you will be happy at the end of the day.
Thank you very much. That was a safe landing. Yes, just like he said, bring all your challenges, put them all together and then table it before your Creator. He is going to solve them all. And also, just like our international chairman said, your problems should be communicated just to your God alone. Do not share it with any man, because even when they say the problem shared is half solved, I think it is now the reverse. Now the problem shared is multiplied. They just help you multiply the problems, you know. So thank you very much, representatives of the Universal Men's Fellowship, for coming to say hello to us here on Star Cross Television. We really sincerely appreciate your time here with us this morning. And to our audience, please do not go nowhere, because Morning Star still continues until it is a wrap. So please stay glued. We'll be right back.
Kandara
BCS Music. I am so truly speaking, Daddy. My heart is filled with supplication. There are things I don't like to do, but I find myself doing them. There are words I don't like to say, but I find myself saying them. There are places I don't like to go, but I find myself in there. Do not let me to go astray. Do not let me to go astray from your kingdom. Hold me firm to yourself. Hold me firm. Draw me close to you. My trust is placed on thee. Holy Sado, Holy Sado, Holy Sado, Holy Sado, Holy Sado, Holy Sado.
This is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show. Do not forget, it is not over until it is over. We just have a few minutes to wrap up, and at this point in time we are going to dive straight to another beautiful segment. And this segment is a segment that we're always talking or walking through the corridors of history with Sister Ebimobore Rex. She is going to tell us what we have today, on all those beautiful activities that took place today, different locations, various years. Yes, Sister Ebimobore Rex is going to do justice to that. But however, I still have here with me Brother David Eric.
Thank you so much.
And Sister Ngozi Olawa.
Thank you so much.
Then Sister Ebimobore Rex.
Good morning, Sister
Let's say
Stella.
that we
Okay, let's hear from you. What do you have for us this morning?
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Stella Obina, Sister Olawa, and Brother Eric. I'm happy to see you in set.
Likewise, you're looking quite good today.
Thank you, and good morning to our wonderful audience. Yes, we are going straight to Today in History for you. Today happens to be the 9th of December, and I'm giving the different events that took place today in different years, and also we have infotainment for you where we get to celebrate those that were born today and other information that needs to get to you. So we're going straight to Today in History for today. So number one on our list here is the Fatherland's Hero Day. Russia, this is celebrated in Russia, celebrated annually on December 9th. Fatherland's Hero Day is dedicated to recognizing Russia's most decorated individuals, those awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union, Hero of the Russian Federation, and recipient of the Distinguished Order of the St. George. The date traced back to the re-establishment of the Order of the St. George, originally introduced in the year 1769 by the Empress Catherine the Great to honor exceptional military bravery. After being discontinued in the Soviet era, it was reviewed in the year 2000, and in 2007 the Russian government officially designated December 9th as the Fatherland's Hero Day. The observance celebrates the courage, patriotism of both historical and modern figures who have shown extraordinary services in defending the nation. It also serves as a reminder of Russia's military heritage and the enduring spirit of the national loyalty. Moving forward, we also have here Independence Day, Tanzania. And Tanzania Independence Day is celebrated on December 9th, commemorating the movement Tanzania gained independence from the British colonial administration in the year 1961. The path to independence was shaped by years of political advocacy by Julius, founder of the Tanganyika African National Union, who championed peaceful negotiation and mass mobilization for African self-rule. The celebration marked the end of nearly 40 years of British trusteeship and highlights the birth of a new African republic founded on principles of unity and peace development. 3 years later, in the year 1964, the Tanganyika united with the island of Zanzibar to form the modern United Republic of Tanzania. Today, the day symbolizes national sovereignty, identity, cultural pride, and the success of non-violent liberation movement in Africa. Moving forward, we also have here International Anti-Corruption Day. This is celebrated in the United Nations. International Anti-Corruption Day is observed on December 9th following its establishment by the United Nations General Assembly in the year 2003. The day marked the signing of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption in Mexico, the first legally binding global anti-corruption instrument. This observance raises awareness about corruption, destructive impact on government, economic growth, human rights, and social development. It encourages member states to strengthen institutions, protect and also foster transparency. The day also empowers citizens to demand accountability and also support international cooperation in combating corruption in both public and private sector. Moving forward, we also have National Euro Day. This is celebrated in Antigua and Barbuda, celebrated on December 9th. The day recognizes influential figures who play a pivotal role in the nation's political, social, and cultural evaluation. Previously dedicated solely to Sir Everett Cornwall Baird, the country's first prime minister and leader of the independence movement. It was expanded to honor all national heroes. This include individuals who fought for workers' rights, promoted education, advocated for freedom, and contributed significantly to the nation's building. Moving forward, we also have Genocide Prevention Day, observed globally on December 9th. This day commemorates the adoption of the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide by the United Nations General Assembly in the year 1948. It serves as a solemn reminder of humanity's darkest tragedy, from the Holocaust to Rwanda and other genocide, while strengthening global resolve to prevent future atrocities. The day emphasizes early warning system, education for peace, minority right protection, and international cooperation, government, NGOs, and communities to use this day to protect tolerance, historical awareness, and peace-building efforts. Moving forward, we also have National Opal Apples Day. National Opal Apples Day, celebrated on December 9th, recognizes the unique bright yellow opal apple variety developed in Czech Republic and introduced to the United States in the early 2000s. The apple are known for their crisp texture, sweet tart flavor, and natural non-browning flesh, a desirable trait for fresh consumption. The day promotes the healthy eating, sustainable farming, and agricultural innovation, as opal apples support youth-based charitable projects and food education program. Moving forward, we also have a light-hearted celebration, which is Christmas Card Day, observed on December 9th. Christmas Card Day celebrates the tradition of exchanging festive greeting cards. The day honors Henry Cole, who in the 1843 commissioned the production of the first commercial Christmas card in London, initially a practical solution to encourage the public to use the newly established Victorian postal system. The Christmas card quickly became a beloved holiday custom. Today, the day encourages people to reconnect with loved ones through handwriting messages of warmth, goodwill, and seasoned greeting. Moving forward, we also have National Pastries Day, observed annually on December 9th, celebrate the art and history of pastries, which date back to ancient Egypt and Greece before evolving through European culinary tradition. The day honored the creativity behind a wide variety of baked good from the croissant and Danish pastries. It also highlights the cultural and historical significance of pastries in celebration, festival, and everyday life. Moving forward, we also have World Techno Day. This is more seen as a dance celebration, a genre of song rather, one of the pioneer that aligns with the birthday of Joan Akin, one of the pioneer of techno music, alongside Derek and others. The day honored the genre global cultural impact. It also influenced on electrical music, dance culture, creative technology, and digital sound production. And last for today is the first traffic light in the world. London, 1868. On December 9th, 1868, the world's first traffic light was installed near Westminster Bridge in London, close to the House of the Parliament, designed by British railway engineer P.J. Knight. It was inspired by railway signaling system and aimed to control congestion among the pedestrian, horse-drawn carriage, and early urban transport. Powered by gas, the traffic light featured semaphore by day and green and red-green lamps by night. A gas leak caused an explosion month later that led to the removal of this traffic light. But today happens to be the day that this the first traffic light in the world was mounted. So we are going straight to infotainment for you. Today happens to be Tuesday. Yes, it is the International Universal Men's Fellowship with the Father. Yes, if you're here in Calabar, please make your way straight to the hall, because our Father will be physically out to bless us all. Yes, be you a man or a woman, we should try to support ourselves. And we have a birthday felicitation here, and no other person than Brother brother Dr. Endurance. Yes, today happens to be his birthday. Happy birthday to you, sir. Father, open your way, give you more money in your bank account,
Amen.
uplift you, and of course, all your good heart desires have been granted. So that's all we have for Today in History / infotainment for you. Thank you very much for having me, Sister Stella, Obina, Bro Eric, and Sister Olawa. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Ebimo Borerex, for walking us through the corridors of history. And to our audience, I believe you've been able to pick a thing or two for yourself pertaining to war, all of those things, you know, she has read out for us this morning. So, thank you very much, Sister Rex. Thank you for coming to say hello to us here on set. Now, then, to Brother David Eric, briefly, we are just going to, we just have a few minutes to wrap up this segment. So, briefly, Brother Eric, what do you have to tell our audience?
All right, so it has been a very wonderful, joyous event here on set as we went through the space of the men. It's very good. I understand that you guys are concerned about the men, but it's very good to understand.
When you say you guys, what do you mean?
Yeah, some women are concerned about the well-being of the man. It is not easy for a woman to take out time outside her space to see about the well-being of the man, because the world has made it known that the man is meant to cater, take responsibility, to make sure he does this and does that, paying the bills and so on and so forth. But it's highly recommendable, but it is something that a man cannot shy away from. This is who the man is. This is the nature of the man. So I think weakness is not entertained in the open, but it can be done within to reflect, to build, and to encourage the man. There's one thing I always say: if there is no setback, there is no man that will be a very strong man. If everything is just rosy as a man, just try and do some reflection and check and see, are you truly a man? Because if you do not pass through hurdles and hustles, definitely you will not have experiences to share with maybe the upcoming and those who need advice from you. So as a man, you should be open to challenges. Do not allow your weakness weigh you down, because that will not define you as a true man.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Sister Abirex, do you have a different viewpoint?
I don't really have any different viewpoint. I believe what Eric has said is definitely the truth. I want to agree to him, because I personally, moving away from the man angle, I personally, if I believe I'm this strong because of the hurdles I've come across, and I believe that, okay, if nobody is there for me, I need to stand up for myself.
Okay, that's from a general perspective, that's from a general viewpoint. So now we are centered on the men. Is it okay for a man to feel vulnerable? Is it okay for a man to express himself? Is it okay for a man to cry? Is it okay for a man to say, I have tried? Okay, thank you.
He's a human, of course. It's okay for a man to cry or feel vulnerable, but the good part comes in when he picks up from that particular mistake. That's the good part of it, because when you go back, when you cry, you tend to reflect on things that have happened. That emotion brings all those reflection. Of course, you need to pick, even as you are reflecting, pick those points that you know that you never go back to. You don't want to, you don't want to fall into this particular situation again. So definitely you pick those points and move on.
Beautiful. Let's hear your last words to our audience, Sister Ngozi.
Okay, well, just like I said in the beginning of this, that success is never final, and just as failure is fatal, it is the courage to keep on moving ahead. So just likewise, being vulnerable does not mean or shows the sign of being weak as a man. It is the strength, your courage to keep moving ahead, to do things, and it's just a space where you can bounce back, you know, that resilience. And when you have people to talk to, it just gives you an open space, an open ground to speak your mind, to be yourself in its entirety. I know Bro Eric will not agree with me.
Okay, yeah, I wish we had time to still talk about this particular topic, but I must say we did justice to the topic, yes, and our representatives from the Universal Men's Fellowship also did justice to this particular topic. Yes, thank you very much for staying late to today's wonderful episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Star Cross Television. Yes, it is okay to cry. It is okay to express yourself. Do not just bottle up things, because you are also human. In as much as you are a man, you are built to be strong, you are built to be resilient, but please always express yourself. Always express yourself, for you to avoid any kind of frustration, mental damage and all of that. Speak out. And then I know a problem shared is in and today is a problem multiplied. But yes, put everything in prayer and God will solve them all. Yes, please continue watching Star Cross Television as we bring to you more interesting programs. I remain Stella Obinache. We come your way next time. Stay blessed.